Welcome to Full Count Rhythm Baseball on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Presented by Full Count Ministries and Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. Now let's head into the ballpark for tonight's game.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Drakes Creek Park here in Hendersonville, Tennessee. This is Tim Reese on the Full Count Broadcast Network, where we have the 20th game of the year for Full Count. It'll be against the Henderson Flash, come in with an 11-6 record. They're in second place in the Ohio Valley League. The Rhythm on a 7-game winning streak, and they have a record of 14-5. Both teams, along with the Fulton Railroaders, 7-3 in their last 10 games, getting a late start due to another bus issue with the opposing team. Henderson Flash had a issue after they stopped for, I guess, snacks or so, and then had trouble starting the bus, but got here at about 6:30, 6:35, and we are scheduled for a 7:15 start time. So let's take our first break, and we'll come back with the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
And now the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate starting lineups. First for the visitors. From the Henderson Flash, coached by J.D. Arndt. He's assisted by Brandon Boxer, Cody Schultz, and the pitching coach is Logan Haslam. Leading off, playing center field, Braden Gable. Batting second, the DH, Aiden Mouton. Hitting third, Christian Kuiper. He'll play first base. Hayden Jones, the cleanup hitter, plays third base. Milo Abradovich is behind the plate. Jackson Pruitt bats sixth, playing second base. Levi Thomas in right field, batting seventh. Hitting eighth is Alex Satterfield. He'll play shortstop, and batting ninth, Brendan Bergen, playing left field. And on the mound for the Flash, I believe he's an incoming freshman to Rend Lake Community College, hometown Bowling Green, Kentucky, a left-hander, Drew Eisenberg. And he will face the lineup for the Full Count Rhythm. Looks like this, come in with a 14-5 record, and again, 7 straight wins. Coached tonight by Jimmy Gamboa, who is standing in for Josh Carmen, who's out on mission in Mazante, Nicaragua, in parts unknown in the northern part of the Central American state, Nicaragua. He's assisted by Jonah Smithson and Carson Howard. Leading off, playing center field, Lou D'Alessio. Batting second, the DH tonight, John Paul Head. Batting third is Trey Simmons. He's behind the plate. Jake Merrick, who's played now in all 20 games as soon as he steps foot onto the carpet here at Drakes Creek number 3. He's going to play third base and hit cleanup. Blake Carter at first base, batting fifth. Cade Moore, batting sixth. He'll play shortstop. Charlie Bozeman out in left field. He hits seventh. Parker Staborski in the other corner outfield spot in right field hits eighth. Elijah Stockton at second base, batting ninth. And on the mound for the Rhythm, Evan Beckman, left-hander out of Wright State up in Dayton, Ohio. A Wright State Raider, 6'1" left-hander from Louisville, Kentucky. And he will be on the mound for the Rhythm. See how many appearances Evan has. They have been good ones for sure. It's his fourth game. It's his first start. He got 5 2/3 innings, given up 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, and has walked only 2 batters, struck out 8. They're looking to improve on a 6.35 ERA, and I expect him to have a good outing tonight in the start against one of the better teams in the league. They were the champions from last year, so they're on the throne right now until somebody can knock them off. Full Count for sure is going to try to do that tonight as our umpires are in place, and I think we are about set for our invocation and then our national anthem. We'll carry the prayer here and then go to commercial for the national anthem.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gift of this day and the joy that brings us together through the game of baseball. You are a mighty and gracious God, and we honor your presence among us. We ask for your blessing over tonight's game. Watch over every player, coach, and fan. Keep them safe from harm and grant traveling mercies to those returning home afterward. We also pray for all the mission trips and missionaries that we have in Nicaragua right now. And we pray that you bless them and keep them safe and help them to be effective in your name. With grateful hearts, we give you praise and thank you. We lift up this prayer in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
The Oak Ridge boys on the national anthem, and Tim Ferguson says,
Play ball.
play ball. Our umpires tonight. Behind the plate, Matt Overton. Down at first base, Ben Wood.
Now for our starting defensive
Down at
lineup,
third
team
base.
by Chick-fil-A of Rivergate.
Ken, what's our third base umpire's name again?
Playing left field from Sanford University.
Jeremy
number
Urbeck.
14, Charlie.
There we go. Gets his first
Playing
trip
center
here
field
to
from
Drake
St.
Street.
Peter's University, number 20, Lou D'Alessio. Playing right field from Catawba College, number 10, Parker.
Matt Overton's been here about 3 times in
Playing
the
third
last
base
couple
from
of weeks.
University of Alabama at Birmingham, number
See if he's got his vision corrected. That's a joke.
Playing shortstop from Tribeca.
Does an excellent job.
King.
A local high school football coach.
Playing
He's a
Kentucky.
umpire and a basketball official. He is very active in the community. Andrew Holmes back up on the scoreboard tonight. Tim Ferguson, our public address announcer. Ken Stegall, world famous official scorer. And back on in the director's chair, Susan Reese, my lovely wife. And let me just tell you, she likes doing a good job. She wants to make sure that she has an errorless game. So far, honey, you're doing great. Doing great. Evan Beckman is on the mound for the Rhythm, getting his first start. 6'1", 190-pound left-hander. He's a redshirt freshman heading back to Wright State. He's from Louisville, Kentucky, Trinity High School. Business major, undecided in that. The son of Rick and Tiffany Beckman. He's got a couple of sisters, Meredith and Avery. One lives here. Meredith lives here in Nashville, Avery in Louisville. And prayers to the family. Just the passing of Grandma in Louisville in the last little bit, and her services coming up on Saturday. So please pray for the Beckman family. Grandpa is still up there in Louisville, as are Pawpaw and Debbie and Mimi. Doug Dorn, who's here along with his family tonight, is Evan's mentor. Evan's last outing in relief against Hoptown. 1 inning pitched. Faced 3 batters, struck out 2. That was 5 days ago, and he gets the start tonight. He will face Braden Gable, Aiden Mouton, and Christian Kuiper. So we get started. First pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike, and we are underway at 7:16 Central Time. Game time temperature 89 degrees. Feels like 99. Brought to you by Stitches by Cindy and a swing and a miss, and Beckman gets ahead 0-2. Gable, a freshman at Lee University, so teammates with 3 rhythm players. Braylon Hall, Hayden Choate. That ball is fouled off to the right side. AAA Autoglass foul ball. Hayden Choate, Braylon Hall, and Landon Ward. How's that in your ear? That's because I don't have the field mic up yet. Is that what you're testing? 1 2? Testing 1 2. So it's getting out. Count remains 0-2. Beckman delivers another tapper foul that goes to the backstop. Charlie Bozeman's a left fielder tonight. Lou D'Alessio in center. Parker Staborski in right. Jake Merrick at third base. Cade Moore at shortstop. Elijah Stockton at second base. And Blake Carter down at first. Trace Simmons catching that strike 3 called and a Safeware strikeout. That is the first out here in the top of the first.
Now batting number 2, Aiden Mouton.
Backward K in the book for Gable. Now Aiden Mouton, the DH, steps to the plate. From LSU, Eunice, teammate of Eli Lamb, and Beckman chucking nothing but strikes. Who was that the other day that did that to start? I think he threw 9 strikes in his first 10 pitches, and the 10th pitch was the one that was the ball. All right, Ken, go ahead and say it. The broadcaster's jinx right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mouton, hometown of Rain, Louisiana, slowly hit ground ball to Moore. He throws on the run. Down low, but the big stretch by the 6'3" first baseman. And the catch for out number 2.
Christian Kuiper.
Mouton grounds out to the shortstop. Dixon checking in. Just like the South Dakota Coyotes versus the South Dakota State Jackrabbits. I'm going to tell you, there's probably not a lot of people that are watching and listening to this broadcast, Mark, that have ever seen that matchup. But you being in Vermillion, South Dakota, and a professor at USD, and that's not the University of San Diego, it would be the University of South Dakota. 1-1 pitch to Christian Kuiper, one of the top hitters in the league. He fouls that one back. From Bellarmine, he's a Bellarmine Knight from Elizabeth, Indiana. Playing first base on the roster. It indicates that he's an outfielder. The red versus the blue and yellow. What I'm happy about is that we're not wearing red against Hoptown or Paducah. 1-2 pitch. Chopper just to the right of the mound. Beckman off and makes a nice throw over to Carter for a 1-2-3 inning.
And the top of the first.
Good start for the Rhythm in hopes of getting their 8th straight victory. We'll take a break and be right back for the bottom of the first. You're listening and watching the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the first inning. No runs, no hits. Beckman with a 1-2-3 inning. The Rhythm trying to continue their horrid hitting from yesterday. Tied their high in runs in Full Count Rhythm existence. My son texted last night after the game and said, "What's the record for most runs scored by Full Count?" And I knew what it was. It was 19. I had just checked on that as Lou D'Alessio takes the first pitch from Drew Eisenberg, ball one. D'Alessio with a big fly last night. He had a home run, one of two home runs hit yesterday up at Fulton. Is a solo shot. Ground ball to the right side. And the throw from Jackson Pruitt in time to get D'Alessio. Lou now committed to St. Peter's. Be a Peacock up in Jersey City. John Paul Head came into yesterday's game hitting .500. He ended the game hitting .500. Went 3 for 6. Yard card. Susan Reese going yard card in the bottom of the first. She's just going to go ahead and get it out of the way. It's something that burns a hole in her pocket, Ken, and she's ready. 4 home runs on the season is John Paul Head. Not a bad bet for a yard card. Takes ball 2. I saw Mike Harrell before the game, and he said he wanted to go yard card every time a pitcher came up to bat yesterday at Fulton. Had 4 pitchers come off the bench. And there's a line out right to the shortstop, Alex Satterfield. And the easy come, easy go. Good thing it didn't cost any money, right? Line, yard card for Susan. Check that box. 2 up, 2 down for the Rhythm, and Trace Simmons stands in. He looks at a pitch that missed somewhere. Not sure where that pitch might have missed. Second one gets in there for a called strike. Hopped up, that'll get out of play. AAA autoglass foul ball off to the right side. Scrambling from my score sheet from last night. Ken, I didn't leave that over there with you, did I? Yeah, that showed you actually game 1 of the season. Usually it's hiding in plain sight. 1-2 pitch. Again, misses somewhere. Hey, found it. No, maybe I didn't. Chopper right in front of the plate, and Eisenberg misses it the first shot at it, and the catcher throws down to first, and I think he wants to see if there was a interference by the runner. That's going to be an infield single for Trace Simmons.
Now batting third baseman number 3, Jake.
And the ball gets by the catcher down to second base. Goes Simmons. Have to look at it again. I was still looking for my sheet of paper here, Ken. So it looked like it was pretty close to. That was definitely down, but the other one he had to reach inside, and I'd say it's probably a wild pitch. There's a called strike. Nope, I have not found it. It still is unknown. Slider low and inside. Tell you, last night's score sheet probably used up more ink and pencil lead than any game this year. "19 runs, 20 hits for full count." Jake Merrick draws a walk. There's a big surprise. His 21st walk is 2 are on, 2 are out, and Blake Carter is Ken Stegall's vote for the yard card. You don't want any solo. You're not looking for a solo yard card. You're looking for something that puts some framework athletics runs on the board. So Ken Stegall calling his yard card here. Blake Carter. He has one so far this year, 12 RBIs in 17 games. Comes in hitting .225. Has the most official at-bats of any Rhythm player. Fouls that one off the top of the screen. Down in the count now. 0-2. Is that what you got? Okay. Heisenberg looks back at second and delivers. That's popped up into shallow left center field. That might be trouble. And on comes Brendan Bergen and makes the catch for out number 3. Loses his lid, but makes the catch. And 2 yard cards down in the bottom of the first. Put a star by that one, as that would have scored at least one. But an F7 ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. After 1 no score, you're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Top of the second inning. Still can't find that sheet of paper. Probably sitting on my desk back in my office / laundry room. My wife gets a kick out of that comment. Just not organized here. Suze, got to get it together. Oh, well. I've looked high and I've looked low.
Now batting third.
4, 5, and 6 due up for the Henderson Flash, the reigning champion in the Ohio Valley League. 5 teams in the league last year. Full count back in the mix as that ball's lined down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It will land foul. Hayden Jones, another one of the top hitters in the league at the plate. He's a Middle Tennessee State University athlete. He's from Campbellsville, Kentucky. Jimmy Murphy, my good buddy, who might be listening in on the Full Count Broadcast Network. Here's what's for sure. Jimmy's not listening in on his phone. Swing and a miss. 0-2. His son Seth played football up at Campbellsville, a Campbellsville Tiger. Jimmy, a Full Count rhythm supporter at Hendersonville Jewelers. He and his partner Brian Stubblefield. Jimmy said he's been listening in the last couple of nights. He'll never post in. He's got to be watching on YouTube. I don't even think he has a Facebook line. Into left center field. D'Alessio lays out and makes the catch. And, of course, he loses his lid again. Good thing his head wasn't in it, but the ball ends up in his glove. What a play out there by Luis D'Alessio. Common spelling of D'Alessio, by the way. Put a star by that one for Sweet Lou. That was pretty as a peacock. Now, Milo, what do you got, Kent? Abradovich. There you go. Strike one. Milan is what his name shows officially in the roster, or a roster that I've seen anyway. But then I saw on the Game Changer roster that it says Milo, unless it's Milo. That's out to center field. Back goes D'Alessio, turns the hips and makes the catch as he was backpedaling like a good defensive back. Couple of nice plays by Lou here in the second inning. His family listening in.
Now batting second baseman number 6.
Lou and Bridget. First 5 retired by Beckman. Jackson Pruitt, the second baseman, stands in. First pitch to Pruitt, misses low and inside. Another player from LSU Eunice, Fort Smith, Arkansas. Two balls, no strikes as the fly infestation has arrived for the summer. Got to get the Mark McDaniel fly swatter out. Beckman's now gone 3-0 to Pruitt. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk to Pruitt as the first base runner for the Flash. Pruitt playing his 11th game.
Now batting number 3, Levi.
Struggling at the plate as Levi Thomas at the plate. Playing in his 4th game of the year. Thomas from Evansville, Indiana. Takes a breaking pitch that scoots outside 5 straight wide of the strike zone for Beckman. He's got 2 outs, though. Thomas still looking for his first hit in a Flash uniform. Another breaking pitch is wide. There's 9 official plate appearances. He's walked 4 times. And Beckman has missed now with 7 outside. I might want to try right down the middle here. On deck, Alex Satterfield. And now 8 straight. Let's see if Trey Simmons goes out to chat with Beckman, who retired the first 5 and then walked the next 2 on 8 pitches. Trey Simmons thought about it, and I'm not sure if he got direction from the dugout or not, but he heads out. Trace in the portal. He's spent 1 year at Lincoln Memorial University. Ken, are they a client of the Scorers Table? LMU? What is the name of the city they are in? Are they in Harrogate? They're the ones that are in Harrogate. Where is King University? Kingsport? Okay, that makes it easy. How I didn't know that. Harrogate, Tennessee. That's where the rail splitters are. One of the most unusual names. Breaking pitch hits Satterfield. Well, that was not what Trey Simmons was hoping was going to happen. Breaking pitch. Beckman, depending on that breaking pitch here, it's let him down in the last 3 batters that he has faced. Walk, and a hit batter brings up left fielder Brendan Bergen. Made a nice play to end the first, keep this a scoreless game. Right-handed batter. There's the fastball, I think. It had some cut to it, maybe. I'm not sure if he throws a changeup or not. Whatever it was a strike. Bergen took it. Incoming freshman to Wabash Valley College. He's from Harrisburg, Illinois. Wabash Valley, one of the top JUCOs in the Midwest. Ignite tonight. Chopper to the right side. And Beckman's going to let it go foul and pulls up. Bergen has to go around him. I think Beckman knew the English on that was such that it would go foul. I think he pulled up to avoid a collision with Bergen. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, the leadoff batter, Braden Gable. And Roxanne fires a swing and a miss on a breaking pitch and a Safeware strikeout. Ends the inning. That's the second strikeout for Beckman as he's bookended the leadoff and the number 9 batter in the flash lineup. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 runners left aboard. Time to get the old Hickory steel press bats out and barking for the rhythm. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Tim Reese, Susan Reese, and the rest of the rhythm section here for the Full Count Broadcast Network. It takes a village. First pitch to Cade Moore, who's batted all over the rhythm lineup from First to ninth, batting sixth tonight. Looks at a called strike. And that one is down low. Eisenberg headed off to Rend Lake Community College to play for Chris Modelmog, friend of mine. I think it'll be his third year with the Rend Lake Warriors. Got out of coaching for a while and started a sporting goods business in Fort Collins, Colorado. But I think his wife is from the area where Rend Lake is located. Decided to move back that way and got back into the coaching business. Was an assistant coach for Dave Jarvis over at Belmont when I met Chris Modelmog, of course, common spelling. Ground ball to the left side, gloved by Hayden Jones. His throw over to Christian Kuiper in time to retire Moore. Hayden Moore from Trevecca Nazarene University. One of the rhythm section members, Ken Stegall, is a Hall of Famer over there at Trevecca. He had about 450 that one year, and then, 385. He's a Hall of Fame scorekeeper. He did it at everything with not only just the baseball program. I think it was all athletics, right, Ken? I mean, you can't pin him. Basketball, baseball. I mean, the statue's got to be imminent, right? Statue. 2 balls, no strikes to Charlie Bozeman, the left fielder. Farragut and Samford. Farragut High School, Samford University. Boo Dogs. Susie's a Boo Dog. We hear about Boo Dogs from our grandson Reese Snapka down in Mississippi. It's AAA autoglass foul ball. Reese'd be all over that one. That one's over by the equipment over there. What did they call that? Oh, the playground. There you go. 2-2 pitch. Words. Another ground ball left side. Past the third baseman and to the shortstop, Alex Satterfield, who airmails. He emailed it too. Airmailed it into the dugout. Down to second base goes Bozeman. I think the ball must have just come out of his hand wrong. Got an E6 as Bozeman gets down to second on the error. Now Parker Staborski from Catawba, don't call it Catawaba. College in Salisbury, North Carolina. Satterfield, the shortstop, had Hayden Jones diving in front of him, but it got underneath his glove. That's a line drive right off the glove. And another throw by the pitcher, Eisenberg, that keeps Bozeman at second base. That was well struck, but Eisenberg got that glove hand up quickly, knocked it down, and threw on to first to retire Staborski. Elijah Stockton, the second baseman. The 9-hole hitter stands in. Stockton playing his 11th game. Got in defense yesterday after 4 pitchers hit. Had to bring him in to play shortstop. Otherwise, Dawson Sweeney or Logan Harrell or Chase Fernandez, Garrett Sims, all 4 pitchers who got an AB in the top of the 9th last night. Sweeney drew a walk. Fernandez drew a bases loaded walk and got an RBI. Logan Harrell with a little fister pop up to the shortstop. Garrett Sims took 3 hacks, didn't even come close. I don't even know if he had his eyes open when he swung the bat yesterday, but he wasn't up there to walk. I wasn't any question about that. And he went out and played right field. Hugged the outfield wall. He was, nobody schooled him on how to play that short wall out in right field at Low House Field in Fulton. As Stockton now is a 3-ball no strike count.
had a few plays at MTSU BP.
Stockton, the Kentucky Wesleyan Panther, takes ball 4. And now runners at first and second. Second walk of the game by Eisenberg. Now back to the top of the lineup, Lou D'Alessio. 5'9", 165-pound redshirt freshman. Now transferring from UAB to St. Peter's in Jersey City. That's back up where he's from. And he's from Red Bank, New Jersey. A finance major. Takes, some people call it finance, but when you're in the business of lots of money, Wilson Reese would say it's finance. Our son Wilson is in the finance business, a financial advisor. He helps rich people get richer. I like that. I'd like to just hang on to the $12 that I have. So he's helping us with that. Lou is the brother of Ella and Max, the grandson of Poppy and Dee Dee in Red Bank, New Jersey. Got another Poppy and a grandma there in Eatontown, New Jersey. Glad to have all the D'Alessios and fam watching on the big screen, as Lou said yesterday. Ground ball to short. They're going to go the short way, and that'll be the final out. A good meeting at the mound. One error in the inning, 2 runners left on base, no runs scored. We are through 2, and there's zeros on the board. Quite a bit different than yesterday's contest. See what happens in the third. Stay tuned. We are listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Safeware is there when response is critical, assisting in the classroom as you shape the future of America, helping you build roadways and infrastructure for tomorrow. With protective solutions, innovative technology, and leading technical services, Safeware works tirelessly to provide our nation's workforce with confidence in their safety. Before, during, and after, Safeware is there.
Evan Beckman back out on the mound. Faced 3 in the first, 6 in the second, but stranded the bases loaded after a bit of a wild streak, a couple walks and a hit batter, but was able to strike out Brendan Bergen with the bases loaded to get out of the inning. Now he's facing 1, 2, and 3 in the flash lineup.
Leading off the inning for the Flash.
Braden Gable
Great game.
struck out looking first time he came to the plate. Playing in game number 9, comes in with a batting average of .344, according to the Game Changer stats. There's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. I have decided that for Full Count Ministry stats, for me, I'm keeping my own. I'll go with the scorekeeper on and away for most of the stats. If they rule an error instead of a hit, I won't argue with that. But sometimes there's some oversights that I, for some reason, just cannot overlook. So I'll count a stolen base instead of a wild pitch, or vice versa. 0-2 pitch, swung on a miss, and a Safeware strikeout. Second time Gable's gone down. And the third such out of the ball game. This time a swinging strikeout. Gable came in with only 3 strikeouts in 39 plate appearances. Struck out both times he's come to the plate here against Beckman. Aiden Mouton grounded out to short the first time He came to the plate, takes ball one. Abel's seen nothing but strikes. There's a called strike. Mouton's average coming in, according to Game Changer, 351. 2 doubles. Slowly hit ground ball to Merrick. Third, and collects and throws over to his buddy Blake Carter for out number 2. Couple of ground outs to the left side for Mouton. And now Christian Kuiper, the leading hitter for the Flash at 408. He grounded out back to Beckman. Kuiper has 3 home runs. There's another one that could be, that's a swinging bunt. Trace Simmons tried to come out and make the play, and that's a swinging infield single. Not sure. It's been a tough play for Simmons on the swinging bunt. First hit of the ball game is the director is getting tired of this fly. Oh, she's 0 for 2. Couple swats at that fly, and that fly swatter just not big enough, was it? It's got hands, and I mean, it's got fingers on that one. Mark McDaniel bought it for us up here as a joke. And Zach Williams, I think that was last year that he bought that, along with a set of mechanical pencils for me and crayons for Zach. Zach Williams, if you're listening in, how are those crayons? There he is. Zach Williams, a play-by-play announcer for home games for Full Count for the first 4 years. Popped up on the right side. It might be playable. I'm not sure if Staborski, he can. He almost overran it and caught it actually in fair territory. So outside of your viewing area, but trust me, I saw that. A fly out ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. So a hit for each team, but still no runs as the Rhythm get the Old Hickory steel press bats ready for the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be right back.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Well, all my wife needs is a little bit of time and concentration, and she has upped her batting average. You get a hit, you get an average, Susan. She has gotten 2 flies now.
Number 9.
2 for 3.
Ping.
Not a girl. John Paul Head steps in. John Paul let my wife down. Did not hit a home run. Lined out to the shortstop. First time. This time he gets it over his head. He's went below 500 just for an at-bat, but he's back up to batting 500 on the season. That's his 34th hit of the year in 68 plate appearances. Went 3 times opposite way yesterday. Today, in first hit, he pulls this one just in front of the left fielder, Brendan Bergen, and over the head and glove of Alex Satterfield. Trace Simmons, who had an infield single in his first trip, takes a big breaking pitch for a called strike. Trace from Beach High School. Grounds one to third. This could be two. Jones over to second for one and on to first. Does not get Simmons. I'm going to have to check my
Next up, your rhythm, third baseman.
cameras to see if, hang on. I want to see something here. So we got second base there. Do we not have second there? I'm going to have to move that camera just a hair to the right. So one on, one out. Jake Merrick, who drew his 21st walk of the year. Takes a called strike, 1-1. Jake started and played in every game for Full Count this year. That's 20 games now. 5'11", 200-pound rising sophomore, takes ball two. He's at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, a Blazer at UAB. Three-time champion at Farragut, along with his buddies Charlie Bozeman and Braylon Hall. 2-1 pitch. He swung forward, but the ball went backwards. How does that happen? That is remarkable, is what that is. Merrick, the son of Jim and Angie Merrick, brother to Hunter. Grandpa is in Naperville. Grandma's in Hastings, Michigan. Naperville, of course, is Illinois. Hastings, Michigan. Pappy and Mimi in Rockwood. That's fouled off. Wonder who that hit. That's a good guess. Bradovich is who that got. The catcher, Milo. Where does Mr. Milo go to school? It's the fourth time that we played the Flash, and it's the first time he's played in the game. Ground ball foul down the third base line. Radovich, LSU Eunice from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I mean, nothing says Tuscaloosa like a Bradovich. LSU Eunice. How many they got from there? 1, 2, 3. We got 3 players. We have only 1. Check swing foul ball. LSU Eunice, one of the top community colleges in the country. They, I believe, won their conference regular season record, but I believe it was Shelton State that beat them in their tournament and ended up going to the Division I College World Series. There's a breaking pitch in there on the inside corner as Merrick gets rung up for out number 2. And that is the first strikeout for Eisenberg. Blake Carter also let Ken Stegall down earlier. He was now he's going to hit the home run, Ken says. Myers listening in, watching on the big screen if their Apple mirroring device is working today. Vicki Maloney checked in earlier. She's a super fan. She watches nearly every game. Throw over. Get the right camera there. Is Simmons, the speedy catcher's back. Vicki Maloney been watching since day one. Rooting for the 8th win of the year. Popped up on the left side as Satterfield moves more to the middle of the field and makes the catch for out number 3. One hit, John Paul Head's line drive. He was erased on a fielder's choice by Simmons, who ultimately is left aboard. No runs, one hit, no errors, and one runner left on base. We are a third of the way through this game. Got started a little bit late, but making up time here as we've had 3 speedy innings. We'll take a break and come right back for the top of the 4th.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
My favorite Henderson flash, number 24, the catcher, Milo O. Abradovich will lead off, followed by Jackson Pruitt, Levi Thomas. For the Henderson Flash, second place with an 11-6 record. Full Count, Henderson, and Fulton, all three 7-3 in the last 10 games, but the Rhythm, their 7 has been in a row. Henderson lost yesterday, and of course Fulton lost yesterday to the Rhythm 19-8. Tonight the Paducah Chiefs are at Fulton at Low House Field, and the Madisonville Miners visit the Hoptown Hoppers in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. And that is where the Rhythm will be next. Abradovich flew out to center field, took D'Alessio back. That's a line drive. Get up there, Cade Moore, and he does. Makes the catch. One pitch. That's right. One out.
Next up is Black.
Evan Beckman out for his 4th inning. He only has 45 pitches now in 3 1/3 innings. Jackson Pruitt started the walk and hit by a pitch fest. And that is the 5th wide one that he's seen from Evan Beckman. He must have something on his left front shirt sleeve, or the side of his, right there at that shoulder and he's been hit by a pitch. What is it about 6, 7, and 8? What would Zach Williams say? You know why 6 is afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Dad joke. And he's a dad times 2 now. That's why he's not a broadcaster anymore. He's got 2 kids under 2. The poor guy. Whew. They're loving it, he and Maggie. Fastball misses inside. Levi Thomas walked on 4 pitches in the second. Takes ball 5 there. Second hit batter. Two hit batters, 2 walks as he disengages from the rubber. If you're new to college baseball, he's only allowed to do that legally once per batter. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. Levi Thomas got tired of the bat staying on his shoulders. I see the newest Flash player, Cooper Anderson, walk in front of the press box. Cooper, former Vol State Pioneer, recently committed to a junior college in Virginia, he told me. That pitch catches the outside corner. Paul D. Camp Community College in Franklin, Virginia. Tapper to the left side. Might be too slow to get two. Onto second for one, and Stockton just eats that one. A fielder's choice. Exits Jackson Pruitt from the diamond for out number two. Alex Satterfield hit by a pitch. That loaded the bases in the second. Shortstop for the Flash. Was looking at the roster on Game Changer today and saw that Cooper Anderson had been added to the Flash. They don't want me to talk about Cooper Anderson anymore. Stockton throws on to first to retire Satterfield. I'm going to talk about Cooper Anderson if I want. No runs, no hits, no errors, one runner left on base. He's from Franklin, Tennessee, Ravenwood High School, and the son of David Anderson and Christina Sargent, brother to Kaylin and Alyssa, Ryan and Neil, Grandpa Art in Plano, Illinois, Papa and Nana in Orlando, Florida, was a medical redshirt last year at Vol State. One of my helpers up in the press box at Volunteer State, also part of the Full Count 242 group last year for a while before he exited Vol State and concentrated on recuperating. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
All right, let's check this hammer angle now. They got second base. And that is second base. All right. We're back. And then we have first and third there. And right here we got the crux of the matter. It's Drew Eisenberg facing Cade Moore to lead off the fourth. Trying to remember what the score was after 4 innings. There's a slow chopper to short. Satterfield gloves and throws on to first. Second ground out of the night by Cade Moore. He's tried the left side of the infield now. Now Charlie Bozeman stands in. Charlie playing in his 13th game of the year. He's got a double and a home run. 5 RBIs. He's also walked 14 times for a total of, I think he's got 51 plate appearances. It's a pretty high percentage. Swing and a miss as Eisenberg loses his lid. Bozeman thought about taking a hack at a pitch high and away, but able to stop the swing. 2 balls and a strike. Carolyn Weber checking in for the Flash. Rooting for Aiden Mouton. Swing and a miss. Grandma watching from, all right, I don't know my towns in Louisiana. I'm going to go with Lucher. Could be Lutcher. I'm going to go with Lucher. Eisenberg misses high with a breaking pitch. And our very first Full Count Ministries full count. It's taken all the way till the bottom of the 4th inning to get there. Stay tuned. We'll have the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. I got a good one picked out. Actually, a couple of verses. Vanessa Dorn threw in a couple verses yesterday, and Psalm, I believe, 139 as Bozeman draws his 15th walk of the year. Is walk number 3 by Eisenberg. He's now at 58 pitches. Bozeman been on both times he's come to the plate, reached on an error by Satterfield in the second. Now a 1-out walk brings up Parker Staborski, who swung at the first pitch, grounded back to the pitcher. Swings at the first pitch again. This one, he misses. Parker doesn't really want me to talk about him much, but I'm going to. Playing in his 13th game. The double runner takes off. Pitch is a ball, and Bozeman in head first with a century steal of second. Charlie's a base stealing fool. That's 7 for 7. Second now on the club. Leaders in stolen bases, John Paul Head and Cade Moore. Grounded to third, backhanded by Jones, and a strong throw to first. Now back to third, and the ball gets by, and that will score Bozeman as he scores the Framework Athletics first run of the game. 5-3 retires Staborski, and then the return throw from Christian Kuiper allows Bozeman to score an unearned run. 4 now. So 2 outs. Bases are cleared for Elijah Stockton, and not sure what's going on between Milo Bradovich. He must be, maybe that is eye drop. Maybe he got one of those pellets from the artificial turf in his eye. He appears to be okay. Framework Athletics is where the rhythm train and work out, batting facility, throwing. Got some weights and strength training over there as well, thanks to Zach Duke and Ryan McDuffie as a swing and a miss or foul tip by Stockton. He walked his first plate appearance. That's the second error of the ball game for the Flash. If Stockton or any other batter in, well, I guess unless Stockton's going to have to reach without the aid of an error for that run to become an earned run. But if Stockton should send one out of the park here, which he's not, fly ball out to left center field, diving and not coming up with it is Braden Gable, and that's going to be a bloop single for Stockton. So it's now an earned run. He was at third base. You're right. But you can't assume that the throw is going to get him out, but you can assume that the throw did score the run. So no RBI on that play by Staborski. Runner at first as pitch is low and inside to D'Alessio, up for his third plate appearance. 0 for 2 so far. And the Rhythm lead 1-0. 3 hits for full count. And we have the 0 and 6 flashing. Fouled off to the on-deck circle. John Paul Head fielded that like he was going to throw somebody out at first. Played second base the other night after some switching that occurred. Not last night. That was a scorekeeper's nightmare last night. Charles Forbett had the throw goes over to first base. The Fulton scorekeeper last night in that ninth inning. I'm kind of surprised he didn't just throw his hands up and quit. There were so many changes made by Jimmy Gamboa. Another throw over. Well, I just Stockton back standing. Stockton from right here in Gallatin, or in Sumner County. He's from right down the road in Gallatin. Went to Friendship Christian. Yeah, just over that way. D'Alessio with a check swing. Ball 1, ball 2, ball whatever. Not a strike. Foul ball off the screen. D'Alessio playing his 12th game. He has a double, 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. What is happening behind you? What? Keep looking back there. I'm wondering what's happening. We got food coming. 2-2 pitches down low. Full Count Ministries, full count. John Paul Head hoping to get an at-bat here in the 4th inning. He's on deck. I might have to use my yard card. Man, line drive into right field. That'll get down. Heading to third base is Stockton. And the runners will be at the corners for John Paul Head, hitting .500. Playing in his 19th game of the year. And yard card time for this broadcaster. Anybody else going yard card? All right, Andrew Holmes, our clock operator. What about you, Tim Ferguson? No? Yard card? He's going yard card too. We're all laying it on the line for John Paul. Tied for second in the league in home runs. The third baseman, Hayden Jones, is the league leader, but Logan Haslam, the pitching coach for the Flash, out to have a confab with Drew Eisenberg, the lefty pitcher. My wife is hunting for those flies again. This is no catch and release system here in the press box, is it? I mean, we are after him. There he is, right there in front of you. Get him. Get him. You can't see him on the backhand shot. Got him. We'll even do play-by-play of fly swatting. I mean, a marriage stays together. Situations like this right here. I'm rooting for you, hon. Oh my gosh, look at that. Guts all over the window. All right, here's how you do that. You ready? Here's what we do right here. We just do that right there and see if it goes in. If it doesn't, we fix it later. All right, good thing you don't have to look out that portion of the window, right? All right, the confab is over. It is John Paul Head time. He's 1 for 2, lined a single into left center field the last plate appearance, getting an extra shot here, low and away. Inning started with a ground out by Cade Moore. Charlie Bozeman walked, stole second, a century steal of second base. Moved to third on a ground out by Parker Staborski, but Christian Kuiper tried to get the runner, and there's a runner to second base. Throw down is not in time, and another century steal of second base. Lou D'Alessio. It was a ball. D'Alessio picks up his 6th stolen base in as many attempts. Now runners at second and third. It's all window dressing right there. You hit the ball in the park, you score from any base on the diamond. That's line down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble, but John Paul pulls up. He knows it's going to land in foul territory. Context clues there tell me that's going to be a foul ball. Got another fly. I see him, but he's staying away from the director, Susan Reese. Staborski's ground out went across the diamond, third to first. Kuiper tried to get Bozeman moving from second to third, but his throw was wild, and Bozeman came in to score the Framework Athletics first run of the game. Head takes a ball somewhere, and the count now goes 3 balls and a strike. Elijah Stockton then dropped a single into left center field. Lou D'Alessio back-to-back hits brought to you by Old Hickory Bats. He singled to right field. Now it's John Paul Head's turn with 3-1 count. He drills one in the left field. That's down for a base hit. 1 run comes in, and here comes the runner from second. A 2-run single for John Paul Head. 3 of us lose our yard card, but John Paul picks up RBIs 36 and 37. He leads the OVL now by about 14 runs batted in. Hayden Jones second in the league with 23. John Paul is having a summer, And now Logan Haslam back out of the dugout, and that'll be all for Drew Eisenberg. So we will have a pitching change for the Flash. So we'll take a break, and we'll be right back with the new pitcher.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Right-hander on the mound for the Flash, Reed Reinhardt from Oakland City University. He's a hometown hero, Henderson, Kentucky, who is on for the Flash in relief of Drew Eisenberg. Reinhardt's 5th appearance, all in relief, 7 2/3 innings. He's given up 2 hits, has not allowed a run, walked 8, struck out 17. There's a Matthew Reinhardt that plays for the Fulton Railroaders. I don't know if they're related. Inquiring minds want to know. But I'm going to tell you, Eddie Crittenden's not going to be listening to our broadcast here while his Fulton Railroaders are playing because he's busy right now. He is broadcasting the Roaders. 2 home games in a row as they take on the Paducah Chiefs. Reinhardt, R-E-I-N-H-A-R-D-T, just for the fun of it. 3 2/3 innings. Are we in the wrong? Somehow or another, we've gotten the wrong inning. Whoops. Hang on. Stop. Runner goes. Pitch is fouled off to the right. Okay, what happened was you progressed it because you went from here and then you went over and hit that. You can't do that in the middle of an inning. You got to click up in the white just to get yourself into the application. Strike. Trace Simmons 1 for 2. And a runner is at first base. That's John Paul Head. He ate up 3 yard cards, but he got 2 runs, ball in the dirt. Abradovich. Yeah, Obradovich finally finds the Easter egg. John Paul stays at first base. Runner goes, pitches a ball, throw on the third base side, and they're going to say John Paul's out. I don't know about that one, but umpires are paid for outs, not safe calls. 2-2. Who got that? The shortstop or the second baseman, I believe. Out number 3. John Paul thrown out for the second time this year. The Rhythm score 3 runs, all earned on 3 hits. There was 1 error in the inning. No runners left on base. 3-0 as we head to the top of the 5th inning. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Rhythm finally get the lead here with the 3 spot in the bottom of the 4th. Evan Beckman did the classic turn and don't watch the catcher throw the ball to second base. Any pitcher I ever talked to, I say, hey, don't do that. Catchers too much here lately have been hitting pitchers with throws down to second. Brendan Bergen, and then top of the order, Braden Gables. Bergen squares around a bunt, takes ball 1. And he's adamant about bunting. Charging is Jake Merrick, but he can't get a glove on that. Brendan Bergen will reach on a bunt single.
Next up to the flash, center fielder number 14, Braden Gable.
Who's changing his name to Gabel? Gable is not Gabel. Oh, Ken, he's down there trying to be the funny guy. 1 on here to lead off the 5th. Beckman misses with that offering. Not sure where. Is that right? He's just at 56 pitches. Oh, what's your favorite animal? Can you hear that? The riffraff down there? That's what Zach Williams used to call him, the riffraff right front. Ground ball to third. Merrick to second for 1. A sidearm delivery, and it's a 5-4-3. Do that double play. Just what the doctor ordered for Evan Beckman. A nice turn. Nice pickup by Merrick at third. He delivered a strike to Stockton, and Stockton got rid of it quickly. And Bergen is erased. As Aiden Mouton at the plate. He's got a couple groundouts to the left side. He squares around a bunt. Takes a strike. Merrick playing in on what would be the infield grass if there was not an artificial turf infield. Unlike Bergen, Aiden Mouton does not double up and lay down the bunt, as that pitch is called strike. The count is no balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss and a Safeware strikeout ends the inning. Ends up facing the minimum as Mouton now 0 for 3. That is the 4th strikeout of the game for Evan Beckman, who's now gone 5 innings and only pitched 60 to the plate. That's 12 an inning. That quick math. Not only quick, but it's correct. And we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Rhythm lead 3-0. You're listening on Facebook and YouTube to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Reed Reinhardt back out on the mound. Was on the mound when John Paul Head was caught stealing. He was facing Trace Simmons, who will lead off for the Rhythm here in the bottom of the fifth. Simmons has one of the 5 hits, a swinging bunt in the first. Trey, 6'1", 205-pound, rising sophomore. Takes a ball high. Son of Keith and Amy Simmons. Grandson of Paul and Ma in Shannon, Mississippi. Fouls that one off to the right toward the playground equipment. That's the new word that I learned today. Papa and Mimi are in Hendersonville, and he's got a sister, Kaylee. And Jackson Benjamin is his mentor. Looking for a new spot after 1 year at LMU. Breaking pitch just misses inside. And the count goes 2 balls and a strike. Trace third on the club in batting average with .319 coming in, playing in his 15th game. Ground ball to the left side, Hayden Jones gloves. And the throw is in time to retire Simmons. Not sure how much Hayden Jones played at MTSU, if he played any last year. Andrew Holmes, do you know if he played any, or did he redshirt? He redshirted. Andrew Holmes finished his second year at MTSU, was part of the Blue Raiders baseball team for a while, a year and a half, I think he said. And he knows Hayden Jones. First pitch to Merrick is low and outside. Here's the other one, Connor Bowden. All right, the riffraff right in front of the press box. I'll have to turn the crowd mic down. Don't want to eavesdrop on a conversation. That'd be a 139 classification, a violation. That's an interception of communication. It's a federal law, Tim Ferguson. I don't know if you know that, but unless you're a party to the conversation, you cannot record it. We are recording it. 3 balls, no strikes to Jake Merrick. I just happen to know a retired special agent in the FBI, my oldest brother. Don't know the director. As Jake Merrick draws another walk. He is quickly becoming a walk machine. John Paul Head has 22 of them, which is second in the Ohio Valley League to A.J. Armstrong of the Fulton Railroaders. Jake Merrick third in the conference, in the league. He now has, well, actually he's tied now with John Paul Head. They both have 22. They've been battling that category out all year long. Big breaking pitch buckles Blake Carter momentarily. Blake 0 for 2. He is due. The Lipscomb Bison. Pops that one up. That'll get out of play. Another AAA autoglass. Foul ball. They are located in Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Alabama, both North and South Carolina, Florida, New York, Texas, and Louisiana. down there where Aiden Mouton's grandma is. Just remember, if you get a cracked windshield, call AAA Auto Glass. Fastball misses outside on the 0-2 pitch to Blake Carter. Looking through the program that was printed by Dudek Communications, Craig Sinnard and his group. They do a great job with these. Swing and a miss on a high breaking pitch. Down goes Carter for out number 2. Brings up Cade Moore, who's 0 for 2.
Now batting shortstop, number 2, Cade Moore.
We need to get one of these and rip out the schedule. I have trouble finding that schedule inside there every time. Got 2 outs. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Moore's grounded out to third and grounded out to short. Ken Stiegel playing his ground out to second base card. Throw down to first, and Kuiper keeps that one from going in the corner. On the throw from Milo O. Pitch was way high. Rhythm on the road will be at Hoptown tomorrow, Hopkinsville, and then back home on Saturday night to take on the Madisonville Miners. 1-1 pitch that sails high. Off day on Sunday. And on the road next Monday and Tuesday, back-to-back road games. 2-1 pitch outside, in and out of the glove of Obradovich. There we go. Glad he plays for the Flash. He probably figured out, just like I figured out Lou D'Alessio's. They were calling him D'Alessio at Fulton yesterday like I used to. And that was a surprise to Obradovich there. I don't think he was expecting the heater. That ball caught him. And a ball forward of Moore, second walk of the inning. Puts runners at first and second. Charlie Bozeman walked and scored the Framework Athletics first run of the game in the 4th. Stolen base, moved to third on a ground out and on an errant throw. The first baseman trying to get him at third. He scored. And the Rhythm able to put 2 more on the board on a 2-run single by John Paul Head later on in that half inning. First pitch to Bozeman in there for a called strike. .5'10", 190 pounds. Rising sophomore from Knoxville, Tennessee. Michael and Emily Bozeman are his parents. Andrew is his brother. Papaw and Grandmommy, they're in Knoxville. Pop and Dee Dee are in Memphis. I'm called as catcher and pitcher need to get together on the signs with a runner at second base. Obradovich doesn't want to get clocked right in the face with a fastball when he's expecting a breaking pitch. I'm just going to tell you as a former catcher, that's never fun. Bozeman batting here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Rhythm, the only tally has been in the bottom of the 4th with a 3-spot lead, 3-0. The Chiefs all over the Rotors. 9-0 up in Fulton. Fulton had a struggle bus the last couple of games. Rhythm put 19 on them yesterday and now 9 for the Chiefs. Hoptown Hoppers 6-2 over the Madisonville Miners at home. Slow breaking pitch swung on a miss by Bozeman, and he's not happy with that swing. It might have been one he could have ridden out of here. Charlie's got 1 home run, and it was right here at this park. Rhythm have 14 on the season. That's not one. Popped up in the infield on the left side. Satterfield on the artificial turf makes the catch for out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. There were 2 rhythm runners left aboard. That's now 7 in 5 innings. We are officially recorded in a game right now as we have gone through 5 and the Rhythm lead 3-0. Come on back for the top of the 6th after this break.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association called the bullpen for Full Count. Jacob Newman is out of the Rhythm bullpen. 6'2", 195-pound right-hander from Vestavia Hills, Alabama, just south of Birmingham. Son of Jeff and Lauren Newman, brother to Wesley. 17-year-old brother who plays lacrosse. He has a pappy in Birmingham, a granddaddy, and a nani in Gadsden, Alabama. That's where Mimi is. Caden Johnson, former Vol State Pioneer, now Tennessee Wesleyan. I think they're Bulldogs as well. Mimi in Gadsden, Alabama. Wonder if they know each other. Staying in the host home of Chandler Phelps, Dylan Doris of AAA Autoglass is his mentor. His dad, Jeff, will be on one of the mission trips in July for Full Count. Been down there before. Jacob Newman has just recently committed to play at Flagler University in San Augustine. I wonder if Josh Carmen even knew that. Down in Nicaragua, a little bit away from the heartbeat of Full Count. I don't know. He keeps his finger on the pulse. Newman will face 3, 4, and 5 in the Flash lineup, and he has not found the plate yet. You'd think it'd be kids' night here. 3-0. Pitch walk to Christian Kuiper. Hit the line on Beckman, who goes 5 innings. Gives up 2 hits. No runs. Hayden Jones stands in. Walk 2, hit 2. There's a ground ball to short. Moore to second for 1, on to first, and that is another 6-4-3. Dude, that double play. Just what the doctor ordered for Jacob Newman. Second twin killing. And the second in as many innings for Full Count. Moore to Stockton to Carter. And Milo Obradovich, 0 for 2, stands in, waving that bat, takes a called strike. Jacob Newman's 5th appearance of the year, all in relief for Full Count. Came in 6 2/3 innings, only giving up 3 hits, 1 run. It was unearned. Walk 2, and there's a ground ball to shortstop and a sliding attempt by Cade Moore. Can't come up with that one, so that'll be a 2-out base hit for Obradovich of the infield variety.
Next up from the flag,
Newman is, in addition to his 2 walks, has struck out 7 batters, 1-0 on the season. Not a win situation for him. Two outs and a runner at first base. Delivers a fastball in the outside corner to Jackson Pruitt. He's 0 for 0 in 2 plate appearances. Walked and has been hit by a pitch. He's looking for a pitch to hit. That one probably not so much, especially on a first strike. You don't want to swing it. Pitch on the river, down low. Simmons keeps his glove between the ball and the turf. Ball 2. I'm sorry, the first one was a strike. Just got done talking about it. Little paper lock as my wife is fly hunting again. Kill it, kill it. Chopper right in front of the plate. And a tag, no, apparently not a tag by Carter. He was trying to avoid the runner. The throw was toward the plate. So error on the throw by Newman allows Pruitt to reach and allows the inning to continue for Levi Thomas. First error of the game for Full Count. Runners at first and second. That was a high chopper, but Newman was able to collect it in enough time. His throw just brought Carter into the path of the base runner, and Carter was able to catch it, but he couldn't keep his foot on the base, and apparently he did not make contact with Pruitt with the glove. So says first base umpire Ben Wood. In his opinion, is the only one that matters. Thomas 0 for 1. He also drew a walk. Looks now a 2-ball, no strike count. Levi Thomas attends or will attend Olney Central College. It's a community college up in Illinois. 2-0 pitch, called strike. On deck, Alex Satterfield. I want to thank Chris Williard and all the Hendersonville firefighters for their support of Full Count Rhythm. They are our Call to the bullpen sponsor. The bullpen. Sometimes there's a pool in a pond. Pond be good for you. Pull pond. The bullpen. All 4. Thomas draws a second walk, and the bases are jammed with flashes. Second walk of the inning by Newman. That will draw a visit from Trace Simmons. Evan Beckman finished with 4 strikeouts. He faced 20 batters. So 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks. He's in line for his second victory in as many decisions. The Rhythm can hang on to this lead and pick up their 8th straight victory. All time against the Flash since 2021. The Rhythm are 10-4. 2-1 this year as both teams have won on the opponent's field. Rhythm defeated. That's not true. Rhythm have won both in Henderson and here at Drakes Creek number 3. Henderson has only won up on their own. That pitch nearly hit the batter. Pops out of the glove of Trey Simmons comes over to the left, but no runners advance.
Now back number 5.
Alex Satterfield been hit by a pitch and grounded out. Maybe Dawson Sandell out there with little James Dorn. 1-0. That's going to hit the end of the bat and come down and hit Trey Simmons. That's going to be a foul ball. It has to be. Other than that, it could be a hit by a pitch. J.D. Arndt, the head coach, going to come out, and he wants umpire Matt Overton to confer with another umpire or two to see if that could have been a hit by pitch. But here's what tells me it wasn't. Alex Satterfield didn't start heading to first base, who is the batter. He did not give the indication that he was harmed with that pitch. And the umpire's hiding behind the pole. Come on, guys. We can still see you. We still see you. Matt Overton behind the plate. It was Jeremy Earlbeck. Is that what you had, Ken, the third base? Was it Earlbeck? I couldn't. How's it? I thought it kind of was Earl, like the Duke of Earl. The Duke of Earl, but it starts with an R, or an I, an R, an I. And the umpire meeting has concluded. Appears as though nothing has changed. Big thanks to Chick-fil-A of Rivergate for being the title sponsor for the Full Count Rhythm this year. Todd Hundley, Linda Hundley, all the Hundley girls. That oldest one, Amanda's no longer a Hundley, though. Nice pickup by Trey Simmons on the one hopper. And Amanda's a mommy now. That means that Todd and Linda are grandparents. 2-1 pitch coming to Satterfield. That misses low and away, and Newman is a pitch away from walking in the first run for the Flash. And they don't need any help. Come in with a team batting average of 258. The 3-1 pitch from Newman. That's ball 4. Do not hit ball 4. Remember? Hit clear and hit run. And hit a run. And it's RBI to Satterfield. Third walk of the inning by Newman. That will draw a visit by Jimmy Gamboa, who took his acting head coach hat off and put his pitching coach hat on. That run scored by Obradovich is unearned. You know, I never thought that should be that if it was the pitcher that had the error that caused the run to be unearned. You're right. It had nothing to do with his pitching. It was his fielding, right? I guess that's true. Score now 3-1. As Matt Overton wants to listen in. He breaks up a perfectly great meeting by the red jerseyed, white panted rhythm players who are wearing white pants. Brendan Bergen bats for the Henderson Flash. There was no more bees. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Laid down a pretty decent bunt down the third base line. Jake Merrick tried to come in and field it, and he missed. Bergen 1 for 2 is also struck out, facing Jacob Newman for the first time. Tapper foul, and Newman gets ahead. Great meeting by Jimmy Gamboa, the pitching coach at Emory and Henry in Abingdon, Virginia. Just finished his first year. It's his second year pitching coach for Full Count. Two-headed pitching coach last year, Jordan Duell and Jimmy Gamboa. We kicked Duell to the curb. Brought Gamboa back. 0-2 pitch, misses outside. I understand Jordan Duell's coaching in Alaska this summer. I bet he's missing this heat, don't you think? 99 feels like. He is. Probably ugly up there in Alaska, too. It wasn't in 2006 when we visited. Misses outside. Got a government-paid trip up there. And then little family vacay with my wife and my youngest daughter. Toured Mount Rainier. Nope, not Mount Rainier. Mount McKinley, also known as Denali, is that one. Fouled and caroms into or just in front of the Flash dugout. There it is. Mount McKinley, a.k.a. Mount Denali. Did get to see the tip of that mountain before the clouds rolled in, and it was there for the next 3 days we were there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Swing and a miss and a Safeware strikeout. Ends the inning, but not before the Flash break up the shutout. On 1 run, it was unearned on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 runners left aboard. Headed to the bottom of the 6th. We're going to keep it here. We did not get our, try to do it in between the 5th, top of the 5th and bottom of the 5th. Didn't get our Full Count Rhythm history lesson. Gotta find a sponsor for that. I think we did the hitting or the winning streak yesterday. 14 games in a row by Full Count in 2023, and we alluded to the tonight's Full Count Rhythm history spotlight is the most runs that Full Count has scored. They tied their highest output yesterday in the 19-8 victory over Fulton. They had 19 runs against the Franklin Duelers back in the second year of Full Count Rhythm existence on July 6th, 2022. Scored 19 runs that night. Last night, the Rhythm had 19 runs and 20 hits. The 20 hits was now the second most in Rhythm history, and the 2 top hit totals have been done in this year. You got 22 hits back on June 9th against the Madisonville Miners at Madisonville, and picked up 20 hits yesterday. Prior to that, it was 18 hits against Hoptown back in June of 2023, and that is your Full Count Rhythm history spotlight as we move to the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to Parker Staborski is high. He's over 2. A couple of ground outs. He's looking to see if he can get a lift and separate. He does this time, and that's going to get out to the center fielder, though, Braden Gable. A line out. Staborski now 0 for 3. Little inside out swing there by Staborski. I'd say in his 3 at-bats, he probably has seen 5 pitches. He does not wait around. Still Reed Reinhardt out on the mound for the Flash. Gray pants, blue tops with yellow sleeves. So he faces Elijah Stockton, who dumped a base hit in the left center field and scored in the 4th inning. Stockton started to back away, but that pitch catches the inside corner. He's 5'10", 190 pounds. Son of Eric and Tony Stockton. Brother to Graham, Ellie, and Evan. He's got a grandma in Gallatin. She used to live in Chicago. And Papa's in Warner Robins, as is Mimi down in Georgia. Matthew Franklin is his mentor. Swing and a miss. Stockton played in 45 games last year for the Kentucky Wesleyan Panthers, was teammates with a couple of former Vol State Pioneers, Logan Molnar's shortstop, Braden Vineyard, the catcher. Looks at a pitch high, and now a full count. Ministries full count. 130 at-bats, hit 254 for the Panthers. Played Division II baseball up there in Owensboro, Kentucky. Ball 4. Stockton heading to first. He's been on base all 3 times he's come to the plate. Third walk of the game by Reed Reinhardt. Lou D'Alessio stands in. He's 1 for 3. Socked a single into right field. Picked up a century steal of second base and then scored on head of John Paul Head's single, along with Elijah Stockton. 1 out, 1 on, and the leadoff batter is Stockton. Dancing off of first base. D'Alessio squared around as though to lay down a bunt, and that brought Hayden Jones in a bit at third base. Lou might be playing possum there with Hayden Jones. Lou wearing the pink batting gloves, the pink leg or ankle protector, and has the edge of his bat, or the end of his bat, is pink, multicolored bat. Not sure if it's an old Hickory steel press bat or not. He might have brought his own. He's down in the count 0-2 now, though. Throw over to first. Stockton back. Stockton only 1 stolen base attempt this past year with the Panthers. He was successful. Disengagement, duly noted. Nobody's writing anything down. I guess they can remember 1 per batter. But if you take an offensive timeout, they're writing stuff down. Umpires everywhere want to keep notes on that. 0-2 misses outside. No, it didn't. It winked at the outside corner as it went by, says Matt Overton, for strike 3. All of a sudden, I used the context clue of Lou D'Alessio bending his knees and leaning back. That's when I realized Lou was going to go have a seat. Second strikeout by Reed Reinhardt. Brings up John Paul Head. Nobody's got a yard card to use. So John Paul takes a breaking pitch inside. He's 2 for 3. Now he's batting over 500. John Paul came in tops in the Ohio Valley League in runs scored, hits, doubles, RBIs, on base average, and batting average. I can't tell you what he's hitting in the 5th inning and later in a ball game. I don't have that kind of stat machine going. Another throw, and Stockton had to get back quickly. Looked like he was going to take 1 more hop, but had to hit the turf and bounce back quickly. Nice move there by Reinhardt. That's going to get into the turf, and down to second base goes Stockton on the wild pitch. Not a stolen base. Right, Ken? Not even close to a stolen base. Not this scorekeeper. 2-0. Popped up, and that will get out of play. Off to the right. A AAA Autoglass foul ball. Dylan Doris and the Doris family. Dylan all in Full Count Ministries. Mike Harrell's calling yard card. Mike Harrell, he uses those, though, like they're free. Bring your check up to the press box, Mike. I didn't tell you we're charging $25 a yard card now for people outside of the rhythm section. 3-1 pitch. If you're not familiar with the yard card, you get to guess what player and what at bat is going to hit a home run. That is a 3-1 pitch that missed right on the outside corner for a ball 4. You get to keep your yard card, Mike, as John Paul Head has now broken the walk lead with or tie with Jake Merrick.
Number 31, Drake.
And the 4th walk, as I see Heads down in the Flash bullpen. You going to pull yard card again, Mike? Appreciate you identifying who you're calling yard card for. Reinhardt yanks that fastball low and away. Stockton's at second. John Paul Head at first. He's reached 3 out of 4 times, so his on-base average of .633 is going to rise. Swinging a foul off the screen. Bullpen on the opposite side of the dugout and the storage shed down there. If you look at the fair pole down there, it's just right in front of it. Whoever was warming looks like they are finished. Another one yanked low and away. Trace Simmons with 2 outs and 2 on. At the plate, 1 for 3 tonight. He's got 1 double, 1 triple, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. Like to pick up at least 1 or 2 here as takes another ball down low, 3-1 count. This might be the last batter for Reed Reinhardt if he does not retire Simmons. It's Jake Merrick lurking on deck. It was the 2nd leading hitter in the league in batting average, with a .413 coming in. 3-1 pitch to Simmons. Chopper to the right side. This should end the inning. Jackson Pruitt gloves, throws over to Kuiper to retire Simmons. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base. We are 2/3 of the way through this ball game. The Rhythm lead 3-1 against the Henderson Flash. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft-serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
United Machine and Tool has been manufacturing the highest quality projects for a wide variety of industries for over 35 years. We deliver high-quality CNC machine components and fabrication projects from prototype to production. United Machine and Tool is committed to quality and excellence in the manufacturing industry. We're located in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. Check us out on the web at umttn.com for any manufacturing need. That's United Machine and Tool, a proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association call to the bullpen for the Rhythm. Roman Patrica, the 3rd pitcher on for Full Count, 6'1", 190-pound left-hander. A redshirt freshman, played on the squad for the Vanderbilt Commodores this past year out of Mount Juliet High School in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. A communications major. The son of Stephen Patrica in Wolverine, Michigan. Melody Patrica in Greenville, Kentucky. He has a brother, Asen. Grandpa up in Wolverine, Michigan as well. Did not pitch for Vanderbilt this past year. He is on in relief of Jacob Newman. Newman goes 1 inning, Gives up 1 hit, 1 run. It was unearned. Walked 3, struck out 1. Patricia to face 1, 2, and 3 in the Flash lineup. Count 1 ball, 1 strike. It's the first time Patrica's come on in relief. His other 3 appearances all starts. Has 10 innings. He's given up 5 hits, no runs. Has walked 9 batters, but struck out 10. Has plunked a batter. With a 1-0 record, and he's got the lowest ERA, actually tied with about 6 or 7 other pitchers for full count at 0. 6 with 0, but he's pitched the most innings, so he is the ERA leader for the Rhythm. Probably does not qualify if he was trying to get the ERA record, as he gets a slider on the outside corner for a Safeware strikeout to begin his outing. Third time for Braden Gable to go down, so he's got the strikeout hat trick. Second time he's gone down looking. And Aiden Mouton, who's 0 for 3, stands in. Mouton from Rain, Louisiana. Grandma checked in on the broadcast earlier. Takes ball 1. Quiet night here in Hendersonville. Not a lot going on here at Drakes Creek Park. Do you see maybe some softball action up on field 13 up past the right field wall? As Bubba Perry says, that's old dude softball. 1-1. This is down low. Flash with a few fans that are here sitting on their side. Popped up on the right side. Carter over to check, and it hits off the roof of the shed just past the first base dugout. AAA autoglass foul ball. I wonder if they do roofing too. They're doing it all. Seems like now. Shower doors, shower hardware, bath hardware. 2-2 pitch. Lined out to center field. D'Alessio. He made it appear as though he was going to be able to catch that, but that will fall for a base hit. Mouton now 1 for 4.
Now batting first baseman, number 1, Christian Kiker.
And the Rhythm turn another double play. They can. Will they is the question. We need a double play yard card. Wouldn't be called a yard card then, would it, Tim? Be called a double play card. 1 out, 1 on. Left-handed hitting first baseman Christian Kuiper. Been on base 2 out of the 3 times he's come to the plate. Grounded out in the first inning. Infield single in the third. Walked in the 6th. 1-0. That catches the plate. Charlie Bozeman still out there in left field. Lou D'Alessio in center. Parker Staborski in right. Jake Merrick at third. Cade Moore at short. Elijah Stockton at second as Patricia steps off the rubber. Stockton at second. Blake Carter at first. Trace Simmons behind the plate, catching the left-hander. And now somebody else is called time. What is happening? Ben Wood down at first base, the umpire, wants to find out what's going on, and Jimmy Gamboa is going to come out and apparently mediate issues possibly between the pitcher and the catcher. All right, boys, what do you got? What's going on? Well, he's not putting his fingers down the way I want. I don't have any idea what's happening. Jimmy Gamboa, he's just wanting to get some TV time tonight, I think, out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Kuiper, a dangerous hitter, though. He's in scoring position at the plate. Henderson Flash with a relatively small park. It's not small like Fulton is, but 315, I think, down the lines, 340 in the alleys, and 370 to dead center. 1-1 pitch, grounded to the right side. Elijah Stockton had just gotten over that way, and the throw goes into left field. Bozeman retrieves it, and runners will be at second and third. Stockton tried to go backside to get the lead runner. I thought he was just going to go ahead and take that out at first base. He had just moved a couple of steps to his left, and it's right where Kuiper hit that ground ball. But Kuiper will reach on a fielder's choice. Mouton moves to third on an E4. Second error of the ball game as Hayden Jones swings and misses. Infield now moving in with a 2-run lead. That's interesting. I'm not sure if I'd be doing that. Pitch down. With 1 out. A ball and a strike now on Hayden Jones. I'd almost walk Jones. Set up for a double play, but they have drawn in the infield. I don't know that I've seen that one. Strikeout to begin the inning, a single by Mouton. Then a fielder's choice gets Kuiper aboard, an errant throw, and that's a line drive. That's going to be a base hit anyway into left center field. D'Alessio charging hard. The throw is up the line. 2 runs are going to score on the single by Hayden Jones, and we're all tied up. Jones with his first hit. He's now 1 for 4.
Now batting catcher, number 24, Miley O'Brien.
So it ended up that the drawn-in infield would not have made a difference. So that would have been a single into left center field anyway. And now Milo Obradovich looks at ball 1. He had an infield single the last time he came to the plate. So the defense has let down the rhythm tonight, but hasn't been kind to the Flash either as they bat here in the 7th. Tied it up. Sorry, throw down to first base, and they've got him. Back pick by Simmons. Gets Hayden Jones for out number 2. And that clears the bases. Obradovich with a 1-0 count. Ball 2. So the runs are now unearned because of that pickoff, which would have been the last out of the inning, but so now Beckman does not have an opportunity to win the game. And the pitchers that are in the ball game right now are the new pitchers of record. Swing and a miss. Take a hack. Milo, that was a JV cut right there. He was looking to untie this ball game. Went to a knee. And he wasn't proposing. And apparently that was a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Ball 4. Either that or he just talked the umpire into a 3-ball walk. First walk of the inning for Patrica. Now Jackson Pruitt, he takes a cut at a high fastball, comes up empty. See if Obradovich leaks off of first very far. That's fouled off the screen to the right. Tricka gets ahead 0-2. Obradovich took that healthy cut up there. He has not hit a home run this year. Matter of fact, he doesn't even have a extra base hit. Runner from first goes, and a swing and a miss. A Safeware strikeout ends the inning. But not before the Flash tie this game up. There was 2 runs that were unearned on 2 hits in the inning. One big error and 1 runner left on base. And now it is stretch time, and the Rhythm will get into the dugout and see if they can get a little rhythm going with Johnny Cash and those old Hickory steel press bats. We'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Corson Fire and Security first opened for business in 1946. From the very beginning, we understood something important. We're not just protecting buildings. We're protecting the dreams that built them. We're protecting the lives unfolding inside them. Fire extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and security products are the tools of our trade, but people are the inspiration behind it. For 7 decades, we've never forgotten that. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Got a new pitcher for the Flash, number 25, left-hander Eli Gregory from Hanover University. He's from White House, Tennessee. I wonder if he's on the Sumner County side or the Robertson County side. And I wonder where he went to high school. I wonder if Jay Myers knows. He lives in White House. He knows everybody up there. Jay, if only we had somebody that could figure that out. Or maybe Eli Gregory's family. I would guess they're here in attendance. They wouldn't be watching the broadcast. They would be here to watch their boy pitch it. Well, he's going to have to face 4, 5, and 6 in the Rhythm lineup. The Rhythm now with the best batting average as a team in the league. They're hitting .270. I wanted to check to see. I believe, yes, the Henderson Flash lead the league in home runs. They have 17. The Rhythm with 14. I think that's third to Fulton's 15 now. Merrick looking for his first hit of the ball game. He's drawn a couple of walks and struck out looking. Gregory on for his 5th appearance. It's his 4th in relief, 11 2/3 innings. 10 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned. Has now gone 2 balls and no strikes to the unpitchable Jake Merrick. Gregory has walked 10, struck out 12. He's plunked 4 batters, but I'm sure he didn't mean to. A line drive to the second baseman for out number 1. Somebody has gotten into the umpire's room. Is it Cancun Lagoon that's being delivered to the umpires? Or is somebody stealing their wallets?
Now batting the first baseman.
Jay Myers can't help me with that one. Jake Merrick is now 0 for 2. Blake Carter 0 for 3. Time for him to find a gap. Food trucks that have been here tonight, Cancun Lagoon and Kona Ice. Appreciate them for their support of Full Count Rhythm Baseball. 1-0 pitch in there. Gregory with the overhand breaking pitch sails high to Carter. Blake has a 7-game hitting streak on the line. That is the tied for the second longest by full count player. Popped up on the right side. This is not going to extend his hitting streak. Going to his right and then back to his left is, I believe, Levi Thomas, who's still out there in right field. All right, who wants to guess who has the longest hitting streak by a full count rhythm player
Now,
this year?
shortstop number 2, Cade Moore.
Was that some lightning out there to left field? Did I see? Has it? I saw some flickering. I thought it was one of the lights on the light pole. Cade Moore at the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Cade Moore has this year a 4-game hitting streak, not current. That is the 4th best hitting streak. I wonder if Josh Carman knows who has the longest hitting streak. 2-0 count. Swing and a miss. All right, Jay Myers says I could, but I wouldn't get my cut. Oh. Dixie Youth All-Stars as the breaking pitch misses up. J.C. Myers had a little chat with him before the game. They played ball together with Eli. So where did Eli go to school? Did I miss that in the Heritage? There we go. Tina Myers, another research analyst. She stays in the same house with Jay Myers as Cade Moore draws his second walk of the night. First walk by Gregory. That keeps the inning going for Charlie Bozeman. And if I had a yard card right now, a good time for a 2-run homer. From first takes off, and there's going to be no throw. A century steal of second by Cade Moore. Breaks the tie with John Paul Head, who was caught stealing earlier. Moore is now 9 for 9 in stolen base attempts. He's going to go again, throw down the third, and they don't get him. Hayden Jones tried to make the tag, and another century steal of third. Nope. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now all we need is a wild pitch or a pass ball, or maybe even a hit or an error to untie this ball game. Charlie Bozeman. Two balls and a strike. Mom is Casey and Justin, parents of Eli. Look at Tina Myers. She is coming strong with the intel. Popped up and out of play. AAA autoglass foul ball. White House Heritage. Let me just go ahead and write that down. FFR, as we say. I think my wife knows what that little FFR. Do you got that one, Suze? There you go for future reference. My wife and I, both former accountants. Swing and a miss by Bozeman. No RBI here as he goes down on strikes to end the 7th. We were all tied up after 7. We're scheduled for 9, and we won't go any farther than 9.5 with the new rules in place. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. We're headed to the 8th. 3-3 is the score.
Escape to a taste of the tropics with Frosted Luau, Hendersonville's favorite soft serve ice cream truck. Indulge in our creamy delights with options for everyone, including dairy-free and vegan treats. Planning a corporate event or a birthday bash? Let Frosted Luau cater to your sweet cravings. Visit frostedluau.com, follow us on Instagram at Frosted Luau, or call 615-422-6133 to book your luau Luau today. Frosted Luau, where every cup is a vacation.
Think about something for a moment. Every single business, from the smallest neighborhood bakery to the biggest multinational corporation, is someone's dream come true. The byproduct of planning and determination and hard work. If you own a business, you already know that. So you'll also understand that fire and security protection isn't just about protecting property. It's about safeguarding dreams. At Corson, that's what we've specialized in since 1946. Corson Fire and Security. Corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association called to the bullpen for the Rhythm. Ryan Sweeney, fresh off of his at-bat last night at the Full Count, or at the Fulton Railroaders. On the mound this time, more familiar territory. 5'11", 180-pound rising junior at Trevecca. He's a Trojan from Franklin, Tennessee, Centennial High School. Son of Ed and Julie Sweeney, brother to Bryson, grandson of Nana in College Grove, Tennessee, and Mimi in Franklin. And a second-year Rhythm player. 18 appearances last year for Full Count, all in relief. 1-0 record, had 2 saves, 20 and a third innings pitched. He struck out 36 opponents and a 2.66 ERA. He had an excellent year and set a record that probably won't be broken. 12 consecutive strikeouts by a pitcher. That was over a 5-game period for Full Count in the Prospect League last year. Levi Thomas steps in to face the hard-throwing right-hander, takes the breaking pitch outside for ball 1. Levi Thomas has walked twice and grounded or reached on a fielder's choice. And last time that Sweeney got on this mound, he struggled with control in the 9th inning, ended up finding it and was able to preserve the victory, and he's gone 3 balls and no strikes to Thomas. Hope he's not having a flashback. Delivers a fastball that's low and outside, and a 4-pitch walk to Thomas. He's walked 3 times.
Now batting shortstop, number 5, Alex Satterfield.
Now Alex Satterfield, let's see if he's going to be asked to lay down a bunt. Number 8 hole hitter. Jake Merrick in at third base. He's expecting a bunt. Squaring around, and they've got the runner. They're going to throw to second and get him. I don't know what he was apparently expecting the bunt to get laid down. Is it a caught stealing? Kind of a delayed. 2-4 caught stealing for out number 1. Pitch was low and away. Oh, did he? I didn't think. Wow. It was way outside. Well, we'll find out if Matt Overton, they've got on the scoreboard, there's a swing and a miss. Matt Overton not making a correction. It's up there on the scoreboard, so he would look up there and make sure. Levi Thomas just ran himself into an out there. Got to wait till they see that bunt down. Ground ball to Merrick at third. He's going to come in and catch it on the high hop, and Blake Carter, a little late lunge, and he's out at first base. That was a weird looking play right there. But now 2 outs and nobody on, and Brendan Bergen, the number 9 hole hitter, stands in. So Sweeney has dialed in the pitches. Gets a swing and a miss on a slider that's low and outside. Rhythm will send 8-9-1 to the plate in the bottom of the 8th. Slider missed somewhere. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Bergen swung at 2 pitches. It looked to me like they were out of the strike zone and let one go that I thought was pretty hittable. Swings and misses there, and a Safeway strikeout. That ends the inning. First strikeout for Sweeney. I would expect him to come back out in the 9th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board, and we are headed to the bottom of the 8th. The Rhythm will try to get on top here in the bottom of the 8th, see if they can hold on in the 9th. 3-3 is the score. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here. We all think about our home's yards, gutters, floors, and so much more. When was the last time you thought about your sprinkler system? That's where Music City Fire Sprinkler steps in. It may shock you that in-home sprinkler systems are discreet and affordable. Let the experts at Music City Fire Sprinkler tell you for themselves. Give them a call at 615-826-7450 or check them out on the web at mcfs.us. That's Music City Fire Sprinkler, proud sponsor of the Full Count Rhythm.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
I am so ready for the bottom of the 8th. Eli Gregory back out for the 2nd inning. The pitcher of record, Parker Staborski, looking to hang an L on Eli Gregory. Pitch to Staborski, taken for a ball. That's news. Parker doesn't like to take a lot of pitches. 0 for 3 tonight. Riffraff down there. Zach Williams needs to come and clear him out. Tina Myers says her database is larger than Jay's. So I think she probably just has the newer computer at the Myers house. That's popped up back this way, just to the right of the press box. AAA Autoglass foul ball did not catch any of the glass here in front of the press box. Whew. We've had one that's hit right in front of our window. 2-1, did not break. You can't break this stuff. Staborski has taken, he's looked at 4 pitches in this at-bat. Might be the most, maybe combined to the other 3 at-bats. See if Eli Gregory can give him something to hit here. He won't, and Staborski will throw the bat away and amble down to first base with the 2nd walk of the game by Eli Gregory. Now Elijah Stockton is at the plate. We'll see if he is asked to lay down a bunt. Pat Elliott checking in. Ryan Sweeney's host home, along with her husband Brent. I believe they've been host home every year Full Count Rhythm has been in existence. This is the 5th year. Breaking pitch with Stockton not squaring. Carson Howard does not flash a sign down at third base, but he is wearing his Rhythm-issued helmet down there. They've got the runner picked off, and the throw down to second base is going to get into left field, and he's going to continue on to third base. Somebody stick a fork in that ball. Staborski gets the steal and an E E3 to allow him to get all the way into scoring position. And again, the defense lets the club down. That is the third error of the game for the Flash. They will bring the infield in. So a century steal of second for Staborski. Say that fast 3 times. Pitch into Stockton for ball 1. Slow breaking pitch lands about his chin. Stockton 1 for 1. He's been on base all 3 times he's come to the plate. I would doubt we're going to see a safety squeeze. Definitely not a suicide squeeze here. Take a healthy cut there, Elijah, trying to get one into the green grass into the outfield. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nice stop there by Bradovich. School night, but it's summer break. Got to look at my watch to see what day it is. Every day, 6 Saturdays and a Sunday. Fouled off to the left side. That'll get over the new building down the third base line. And another AAA autoglass foul ball.
Deliveries. Derek Crochet.
On deck, Lou D'Alessio, leadoff batter. There's ball 4. Stockton draws his third walk, and back-to-back walks by Eli Gregory. Do see activity in the Flash bullpen. And now runners at the corners. D'Alessio, who's 1 for 4, stands in, and Logan Haslam, the former Flash right-hander, is now out of the dugout, and he is calling for the new pitcher. We'll take a break, and we'll tell you about the new pitcher when we return. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Don't strike out at your next party. Order the food that will get your crowd cheering. Chick-fil-A of Rivergate. We have many catering options available, from our Chick-fil-A nugget trays to our original Chick-fil-A sandwiches to our chocolate chunk cookies and fudge brownies. We have something for everyone. Order online at chickfil-a.com or call the store at 615-851-4007.
If you didn't know, the Full Count Rhythm is part of the organization called Full Count Ministries. Full Count's mission is to give every baseball player the opportunity to hear the gospel, respond to the gospel, and grow in the relationship with Jesus. With Full Count, you could lead by discipling the next generation by using our resources, or you could go on international mission trips. For more of what we do, check out our website at fullcountministries.com or our pages on Instagram and Facebook.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
New pitcher on for the Henderson Flash. Clark Grease gets his first appearance against Full Count this year. He's from Evansville, Indiana, Oakland City University. Gries. I've been told it's Grease. By Kevin Patton, the official scorer for the Flash. He is on in relief of Eli Gregory. Gregory goes 1+ innings. Does not allow a hit. And so far has not allowed a run. But the 2 runners on base are his responsibility. Walked 3 in the ball game. Struck out 1. Faced 6. Did not plunk a batter. Grease going to be called on to see if he can get 3 outs without allowing one of these runners to score. Wearing the number 99. Jay Myers has asked the difference between the Prospect League and the Ohio Valley League. Well, The main difference is travel. The Rhythm and teams, actually Jackson Rockabilly's, who are the southernmost team in the Prospect League, has a lot less travel issues in the, or Full Count does in the Ohio Valley League than they did in the Prospect League. Lou D'Alessio, and that throw to first base, it gets by, and everybody's running around the bases. They're going to see if Stockton will score. He will not. He will stay at third base. The errant throw by Clark Grease, as Kuiper was not expecting a pickoff attempt, and the ball went down the right field line. So an error allows Staborski to score the go-ahead run, and Stockton moves all the way down to third base on the same errant throw. 2 errors in the inning. And D'Alessio now not going to be called on to bunt, takes a called strike. An unearned run there. Is, if you're looking at the scoreboard here, it's flashing 4-3 Full Count and occasionally 6-4 Henderson. So the scoreboard doesn't know how to make up its mind. Is D'Alessio with a 2-1 count? Is that what you got? 2-1. You got 2-1, Ken? Okay, you were looking. That's fouled down the right field line. Will get out of play. AAA Autoglass foul ball. See if Matt Overton flashes fingers up here. Assuming the 1-2 count is correct, because he didn't correct. There's a line drive up the middle, base hit for Lou, and an RBI. Gets some blah, 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 blah insurance runs. We're still looking for that insurance run. Is it Jay Myers, he in the insurance business? Well, I guess Jay Myers is going to have some conversations with some Full Count Rhythm administrators like Brooke Carmen. Zach Williams came up with it. He is an insurance salesman now, but hadn't come up with that dough yet. That is a perfect insurance run. There's a ball that gets by the catcher. Down to second base goes D'Alessio on a wild pitch. He's chiming in on Facebook there. Gonna have to send some money in, Jay. We don't just give this advertising away. I mean, this is, who knows, this could go viral. I've never heard of anybody with the ABC insurance runs. But that's 2 big ones here in the bottom of the 8th as John Paul Head, 2 for 3, stands in. And big jump off of second base as the breaking pitch misses wide. John Paul has walked once today, and right now he's looking like a little defeated, thinking he's not going to get a pitch to hit with the base open, and I knew I wouldn't pitch to him. Kid's batting over 500. Played in all but 1 game for Full Count this year. Takes a pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. So Clark Grease comes after him. So he runs in the inning. Only 1 hit for Full Count. John Paul took a healthy cut there. It sounded like he foul tipped it into the mitt. And a Full Count Ministries Full Count. We have not had very many of those today. Thought those kids had gone home. They're still here. Aylin Sandell might be taking some pictures, so Dawson's out on his own. Swinging a AAA Autoglass foul ball, Full Count first pitch foul ball.
Another foul ball brought to you by Trigger.
As Dawson's dad is down with Caroline Robertson, who's handling our merch pavilion, and she is acting as Brooke Carmen, who's on vacation with the rest of the Carmans and the Gettlefingers, Scott and Lori Gettelfinger, and who knows who else is down there in Florida. They're going to try to throw back. That ball gets into center field. D'Alessio cannot advance as Braden Gable, the center fielder, comes in. There have been balls getting by would-be fielders all night long for both teams. Hitting started with a walk to Staborski. He stole second, but went to third on an error by the first baseman. That's drilled into left field. That's down for a base hit, and they're going to hold the runner as the throw comes into Jones, the cutoff man, and that's a third hit of the ball game for John Paul Head. He just keeps on hitting. Does not get the RBI. Still nobody out. And now Trey Simmons. That's back-to-back hits brought to you by Old Hickory Bats. John Paul Head has 2 games that he's collected 4 hits in those games. He now has 6 games that he's gotten 3 hits. So 8 games. You got to do this quick math. Watch how quick this is. 26 hits in 8 games he's now collected. He's playing in his 19th game. And that, Trace thought it might have gotten a little bit of Jersey. Started to throw his bat away. That is a ball. Simmons 1 for 4 tonight. Big hit in the gap as John Paul Head takes off. Simmons fouls it to the screen. Not sure if Full Count has a hit and run sign, but if they did, that was clearly what was happening there. But I think John Paul was just taken off on the pitch. He wanted to tie Cade Moore with 9 stolen bases. Does not lead the league, though. Coulter Hamilton with Madisonville has 12. Nice backhand there by Obradovich, the catcher. Coulter Hamilton came in tonight with 12 stolen bases. Britton, his teammate, I believe it's Noah Britton with Madisonville, had 10. TK Madera had 10. That another pitch. The hit and run is on. So Madera is second coming into tonight with the Paducah Chiefs. Britton and Wagster, Madisonville and Paducah, had 9. Now John Paul Head looking for his 9th. Cade Moore picked up his 9th and his 10th earlier. Full Count Ministries, full count, low and away, and Trey Simmons reaches. And now the bases are jammed with rhythm. Players.
Now batting third baseman, Jake Miller.
First walk of the game for Greece, and Logan Haslam getting his steps in between the dugout and pitcher's mound. He's already made the call for the third pitcher here in the 8th. So we'll take a break. Give you a break. We'll go up to our logo here, and we'll be right back on the Full Count Broadcast Network. New pitcher on for the Flash. It's their 5th of the ball game. Seth Galloway, right-hander from Berea College. He's also a hometown boy. Henderson, Kentucky. A right-hander who's going to come in with no outs and the bases jammed. He's going to face the cleanup hitter, Jake Merrick, who is hungry. He's 0 for 2. He's looking for his first hit. Galloway, at 5th appearance of the year, 4th in relief, 7 1/3 innings. He has given up 10 hits, 5 runs. They're all earned. Walked 6, struck out 8, and has plunked the batter a 4.77 ERA. As the Flash infield is drawn in, Jake Merrick licking his chops. He's looking to drive in runs. 2nd on the club in that category. He is 27 coming into today's game. First pitch swinging, lines that one into right field. That's down for a hit. 1 run is in, and 2 runs come in on the line drive single by Jake Merrick. And the Rhythm have added more blah, 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 blah insurance runs. And lead by 4. Those runs charged to Clark Grease. And Jake Merrick gets on the board, and he continues his hitting streak. He now is at a 10-game hitting streak, the longest of the season for Full Count. Blake Carter trying to extend his hitting streak to 8 games. And a wild pitch is going to bring another run in. John Paul steps on home plate. Blake Carter says, "You just took an RBI away from me." And the Rhythm have scored 5 here in the bottom of the 8th. All 3 of those runs charged to Clark Grease. You can close the book on Clark. 3 runs all earned. Does not retire a batter. Tapper foul by Carter. Tight game here until the 8th. Full Count's put another 5 spot on the board. That's been their magic number in big innings. They put 5 on. Now Paducah, they put a 9 spot on at Fulton tonight. Top of the 7th inning, 9 runs, and ended up winning 15-1 over the Railroaders. Breaking pitch stays inside to Carter. On deck, Cade Moore, still no outs. Blake Carter, the 7th batter to come to the plate. Hopped out to right field. Levi Thomas comes on to make the catch and then dropped the ball, and he still hasn't picked it up. Now he finally gets it. Ben Wood, the umpire, says it hit the ground after he was taking it out, and I don't disagree with him. More positively, I agree with him. 1 out. Blake Carter, looks like his hitting streak will end at 7. Now it's Cade Moore time. He does not have a hit tonight. Walked twice, grounded out twice. We had to definitely get over we had to score at least 7 runs so that the scoreboard always showed Full Count with the lead. Now sometimes it's 8-3, sometimes it's 8-6. Swing and a miss by Moore from Terre Haute, Indiana. Terry Haute popped up. That's back this way. Nope, it gets onto the screen. I have not given shout outs to the Moore family tonight. Let me do that. As Cade has an 0-2 pitch. Scott and Amanda Moore, his parents, Grandpa and Grandma, Papo and Meemaw, all in Terre Haute. I don't think they live in the same compound. They might. Popped up another AAA autoglass foul ball. Eli, where are you tonight? My 5-year-old grandson, man, you could have got you a bunch of AAA squishy balls tonight. There's a couple kids, but they've been confabbing right in front of the press box all night long.
I don't think they would call it.
Swing and a miss. Moore down on strikes. What's that, Andrew?
I think they would use that word.
Yeah, I don't think most people use confab, but you can look it up. It's in the dictionary. Jay, to get back to your difference between Prospect League and OVL, there's a different, I guess different schools are sending players for the most part. You're getting younger, my opinion is you're getting younger players, incoming freshmen. So that pitch misses down. Redshirt freshmen, maybe sophomores, for the most part in the Ohio Valley League. And you're getting more sophomore, junior, and maybe seniors in the Prospect League and from a wider area. Although there's a lot of people from California and Florida, Georgia. So I don't know how many states are represented on Full Count's roster. That'd be a good time sucker right there for me. But it's still baseball. There's still hits. There's still errors. There's walks and hit batters. Hey, look at there. There's a hit batter. Charlie Bozeman takes one for the team. He's the 9th batter to come to the plate, and he gets plunked for his services. I think that's our first hit batter of the night, isn't it? It is on my score sheet. I do the audit later. And Parker Staborski, who started this big rally off, comes to the plate for the second time. Drew a walk. And then just started running around the bases. Ended up scoring on an error. Pickoff attempt by the pitcher. I think it was Eli Gregory at times. He swings and misses. Runners at first and second. This game was moving along at a pretty good pace through the first 7 innings. This bottom of the 8th has taken a minute or two. Now past the 10 o'clock central mark, and there's going to be, I would assume, a pass ball as Bradovich has that one come right out of his glove. And both runners move up. Two more runs in scoring position. Staborski looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3. From Catawba. Not Catawba. Todd Hamilton, the former Paducah chief broadcaster and Hoptown Hopper. Used to say Catawba. Sherrills Ford, North Carolina is where Staborski calls home. Swing and a miss, and the count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Son of Scott and Adele Staborski, brother to Charlie, grandson of Grandpa and Grandma in New Bern, North Carolina, granddaddy and Nana in Hickory, North Carolina. Staying at the host home of Andrew and Autumn Robertson. Drew Robertson, who's on mission right now, is his mentor. And he's going to look at a Full Count Ministries full count. Not sure if Hayden Choate's listening at the Wilson and Anna Reese household tonight, but I understand he is not feeling well. So, Hayden, I hope you're feeling better and getting some rest. Hopefully those minions that live there in the same household with you. There's a full count first pitch foul ball, AAA autoglass foul ball. Eli and Lucy have gone down. Hayden Choate staying in the host home of my son and daughter-in-law and 2 grandchildren. I'm sure those Snapkas are in bed already down in Caledonia, Mississippi as well. Eddie Crittenden listening in. He said they went home early tonight. 15-1 spanking. And a full count pitch up and in. Staborski draws his second walk of the inning. It's the first walk by Seth Galloway.
Now batting second baseman, number 6, Elijah Stockton.
And Elijah Stockton will come to the plate with 2 outs, and the bases jammed with good guys.
Oh,
9-3, not 9-6. Now it's 9-6. Oh, we got a problem. Andrews feverishly working on correcting the error on that scoreboard. Are we working here or what? If Elijah Stockton hits a grand slam and Lou DeLessio comes up and hits a home run, this game would be over. Need 5 runs at this point. 1-2 pitch comes inside. Stockton has a hit and 4 trips to the plate. The other 3 he walked. Scored twice. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Rhythm with an 8-3 lead. AAA Autoglass foul ball off to the left side. Rhythm on the road to Hoptown tomorrow. Joey going up there and seeing Scott Colley, their PA man, and Joe Wilson, their play-by-play broadcaster. They're very hospitable at Christian County, and Stockton goes down on strikes. And that ends the inning. Second strikeout by Galloway. And the Rhythm bat around +2. Send 11 to the plate, score 5 of them. All earned on 1, 2, 3 hits. There was 2 errors in the inning and 3 runners left on base. We are headed to the 9th with a 5-run lead. See if they can hold on to it and get their 8th straight victory. You're listening to the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Feeling tight, stiff, and not quite yourself? Then it might be time to go see the professionals at Absolute Wellness. Located at 101 Tennessee Way, Suite 100 here in Hendersonville, Absolute Wellness can get you back on track with their numerous services like chiropractic care, massage, acupuncture, spinal decompression. Call Absolute Wellness at 615-264-8515 today to get in on some great offers. That's Absolute Wellness. Your road to absolute wellness starts here.
Compliant with code. If you're a facility manager or building owner, you've heard the term plenty of times. At Corson Fire and Security, we work to keep buildings compliant with the most demanding code of all, our own. We've been protecting people and property since before most of today's codes were even written. And what we've learned along the way makes us the best choice to partner with for the future. Corson Fire and Security, celebrating 70 years. Learn more at corson.com.
Let's get back to Full Count Rhythm Baseball action on the Full Count Broadcast Network.
Hendersonville Firefighters Association called the bullpen. Jay and Tina Myers are going to be glued to their set now. J.C. Myers on for the top of the 9th, 6'3", 205 pounds. He's a rising sophomore for Desi Ammons over there at Columbia State Community College. He's a Charger. Played his high school baseball at Davidson Academy. He's from White House, Tennessee. Jay and Tina, his parents, they've been joining the show all night long. Sisters Brittany, Alyssa, and Ashlyn. His mentor is Evan Jones. Okay, Jay and Tina. Question is, White House, Tennessee. 1 word or 2 words? White and House or White House? I have struggled with that forever. I'm not from here, but I don't think even people from here know that for sure. I need to know. Ryan Sweeney, the pitcher of record, looking to pick up his 4th win of the year. Came on at the right time in the 8th. Pitched to 3 batters, walked 1, struck out 1. Nobody crossed the plate. Sweeney on for his 8th appearance, or was on for his 8th appearance. his 5th in relief, and he's looking to get the 4th win. Came in with a 1.5 ERA, and let's see JC's statistical accomplishments as he faces 1, 2, and 3 in the flash lineup. Gable takes a called strike. He struck out 3 times and grounded into a 5-4-3 dudette double play. Not been the best night for the flash leadoff batter. JC gets him to pop up on the right side. It might be playable. Blake Carter backs up. He gets behind the pole, and now he comes out of it and makes the catch in foul territory for out number 1. Big light pole there right between our vantage point and activity in the right field line. It's not as big an issue as this big building down the left field line. 1 out, and Aiden Mouton steps to the plate. This is Myers' 4th appearance in relief, and he is chucking strikes. 4 1/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, 3 runs that were earned, walked 3, struck out 6. Did plunk 2 batters, a 6.23 ERA, but believe that was mostly, if not completely, in his first outing. I don't have it memorized, but I do know that he was not happy with the first outing as Mouton gets his 2nd hit of the ball game. Delivers a line drive into right field. 1 out, 1 on here in the top of the 9th. 5-run bottom of the 8th for full count to break the 3-3 tie. Jay Myers says 2 words. That's how I type it. I have seen it both ways, so 2 words. Oh, Tina and Joe, or Jay, Joe. Sometimes I like to call him Joe Myers. Yeah, every once in a while, Pumpkin. Cutie. First pitch in there. My wife's talking about getting on the Googler and doing it. I just like to put it out there too. Are people out there in internet land swinging a miss by Kuiper? He has an infield single in 4 trips to the plate. 1 for 3. Elizabeth, Indiana. He's a Bellarmine Knight. That's a D1 school. They're in Louisville. Is that right, Ken, in Louisville? Rhythm have had a couple of Bellarmine Knights in the past. Jacob Rowald was one.
Louisville.
1-2 pitch with 1 out. Runner staying close to first. Myers misses outside with the fastball. Let's get to we'll go ahead deep dive into the stats of J.C. Myers. Just because we can. 2-2 pitch. I mean, we're a pitch away from ending this ball game. If he can get a ground ball, there's a ground ball. And instead, Blake Carter is that Blake Carter still, or is that Jackson Cawthorn now? Jackson Cawthorn has snuck in at first base. There you go. There you go, Ken.
Yeah.
Finished the game yesterday at first base. And on the play, Mouton moves to second. Let's make sure. I would assume that's still Stockton. Now we got to go all the way around. Jimmy Gamboa sneaking in players here at the end of the game. Big breaking pitch. Nice pitch there by JC. That does not look like Cade Moore at second. That is Jake Turr at shortstop. You better get your binos out, Tim, and help out your partner. Little chin music. Jake Merrick is still in at third base. And Bozeman still in left. Lou D'Alessio waving to the fans out there in center field. Staborczy looks like he's still in right. I believe it's still Simmons behind the plate. So I'm guessing Cawthorn goes in for Carter. That one's popped up out to center field. D'Alessio goes back and makes the catch in front of the Corson Fire and Security sign, and this one belongs to the Rhythm. No runs in the inning, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. And right at 3 hours, the Rhythm get the victory, moving to 15-5. And still in first place, an 8-game winning streak that ties the most in 2021 and in 2022. They've done it now 4 times. The all-time best winning streak is 14 games in a row in 2023, so they've got a little work to do there. Henderson falls to 11-7 in the league. Fulton took a loss tonight, so they're 10-10, so Henderson stays in first place. Winning pitcher is Ryan Sweeney. He moves to 4-0. And the losing pitcher ends up being Clark Grease, I believe. Nope, nope, that's not right. The losing pitcher will be Eli Gregory. Eli Gregory gets the loss, no save in the game. And our Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game, who do we have here tonight? John Paul Head had 3 hits and 2 RBIs. Another candidate is the Rhythm, 8 runs. Is that 8 hits? 8 and 2, and Henderson 3 runs, 6 runs now. We'll wait for it to go back to 3. 5 hits. Is that 6 hits? Andrew, we're going to have to take some of that money back. 3, 4, 5. He didn't get that last hit that from Aiden Mouton. So 3 runs, 6 hits, 4 errors for the Flash tonight. And although I'll tell you what, Evan Beckman had a very, very good performance on the mound. 5 innings, give up 2 hits, no runs, walked 2, struck out 4. I'm going to go with the pitcher this time. As a former position player and hitter, I don't give the pitchers much love. Evan Beckman is going to be the Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. Go by Chick-fil-A of Rivergate and pick you up a free. What is he going to get? Maybe a free straw. Maybe get. Tell you what, get all the mints you want on me. Okay. Evan Beckman, don't call me Bachman, from Louisville, Kentucky, is our Chick-fil-A of Rivergate player of the game. Our Full Count Ministries verse of the game is found in the book of John, and it's actually verses. I was talking with my 7-year-old grandson down in Mississippi, and this was a verse that actually talked to him and Eli. So Reese and Eli, my grandsons, I told them, every time I point to you, I want you to say, love one another, because it comes up 3 times in John 13, verses 34 through 35. A new command I give you. Point to the grandson, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. Good job, Ken. He learns. There's a pattern there. I think there's a pattern. Full Count Ministries verses of the game, John 13, verses 34 through 35. As the Rhythm get the win here late, 5 runs in the 8th to break the 3-3 tie. And a good inning by J.C. Myers as he goes 1 inning, gives up 1 hit, no runs, no walks. That was big. I was going to get to J.C.'s line here. I never did get to it. There he is. That's his 4th appearance. And I think he's had 3 really good outings in his last 3. He had 2 innings against Fulton back on June 12th, 2 in Henderson of 1 hit, no run baseball, and does it again here for the 3rd time. That ERA will go down for JC as he faces 4 batters. And another great night here at the Ball Yard for Full Count. Appreciate all of you joining in, either on the Facebook page or on the YouTube channel. I'm not sure how many we actually had listening during the crux of the game. We had most of our people watch on YouTube, but the comments come in on Facebook. So Mike Harrell says we got rice cooking in the microwave. Jana Swope says, good job. Yay, Rhythm. Lori Gettlefinger down there in Florida. I hope everybody's putting sunscreen on. Paula Sims is getting to be a regular, everyday super fan. And thank you to everybody who's tuned in. And I do want to thank our rhythm section up here again. Ken Stegall, our official scorer. Tim Ferguson on the in-house microphone. Andrew Holmes on the score clock, also known as a scoreboard. And my lovely wife directing again. This is game number 3 for you. You're starting to get the hang of this, aren't you? We might keep you around. I know I will. I'm planning on seeing you at the house later on tonight. We will be on the road at Hoptown tomorrow. See if we can keep this ball rolling, keep the rhythm going. For John Smithson, the Director of Ministry for Full Count Ministries, Josh Carmen, the Director of Baseball and the General Manager and Head Coach of the Full Count Rhythm, this is Tim Reese saying, God bless you. Thank you for joining us again on the Full Count Broadcast